What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Tesla video. In this one, we're going to be talking about the Tesla Cybertruck interior. With me today, I have Wade from Tesla Social.
Hey guys.
And we have Nick. Nick
Hey
Howard.
guys.
The guy who runs Earl Electric. If you haven't seen that, check it out. And for Wade, I'll have a link to his YouTube channel in the description below. But as I said before, we're here today to talk about the Cybertruck interior. So, the first thing I want to talk about is the mirror.
Ooh,
the video mirror. So,
I'm excited about that one.
I find it really fascinating that Tesla's going this route for a few reasons. And I'll break it up into multiple points. We can have a discussion on each. The first one being is latency and how fast and responsive this rearview mirror will be. I think from a usability perspective, it makes a lot of sense because if you have stuff in your bed or the bed is covered or whatever it may be, your mirror is going to be usable. The part that I question is the Model 3 has a lag issue with video display is the first problem I have with this. And then the second problem is brightness, because it is a screen.
So the lag, that usually happens when you go to put it in reverse and it takes a while to connect. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, this will be connected constantly. There'll be no lag of like turning it on all of a sudden it's there. It's going to be on always, right?
That also raises another question about, will that mirror be usable while the car is in park and the car is turned off and you're just sitting in your car? Like if somebody's lurking around your car behind you, are you going to be able to look up and say, "Ooh, someone's behind me"?
I'm sure. Just like the backup camera, you can turn on anytime. I'm pretty sure they would do that. It makes sense.
Well, then that also leads to the second part of what I was saying is the brightness, right? Because you see this photo is at night, and that camera looks pretty bright.
Yeah, you can't really do dark mode for a mirror, can you?
No.
Well, I'm sure they will adapt it. It might be something in the software they can do to make it dimmer or brighter, depending upon whether it's day or night, or it might even use the camera sensors to know how much light is outside to know how bright or dark to make it.
Yeah, the same sensors that they use for the brightness on the screens.
And I think like this will be the future. Like we won't see side mirrors anymore. We'll have little cameras with monitors like that, little screen.
Well, CIC2, you mentioned it before because we're talking a little bit about this before we started shooting this video. Night vision, like possibility
for the camera, so that at nighttime it's going to have to adjust the camera to have like night vision versus day.
I thought you were talking about like an infrared night vision kind of
thing. Right. Just because the car comes up with bright lights and it's got to quickly adapt for the amount of light. How they'll do that with the software to make a fast adapting camera, because cameras do that already when you're going to take a photo.
Yeah, exposure adjustment.
Adapt for the light and do HDR for the light and the shadows. And they have that technology, so I'm sure that's something that could be put into it.
That's the mirror. The next one that I want to talk about is the steering wheel. So the steering wheel is kind of an interesting one. This is the same one that we saw on the Roadster. And I know there's legalities in terms of this becoming a real product. And I'm not using this as my baseline as to why it could be real. But the Roadster diecast is supposed to be like a replica of the Roadster. And the diecast was shipped with the wheel that looks like this. So,
is it the one that looks like that, or is it the old yoke style? That had, instead of having the wheels, the old one used to have like two little button-looking thingies.
It's similar in the sense that it's not a full rounded wheel, I guess.
Oh, gotcha.
So, I mean, there's obviously a safety concern if they go with this route and legalities and stuff like that. It's just really interesting that they really like using this design for concepts, right?
Yeah, and I think we talked about this before. I think it's going to be difficult to get used to when you're used to a round wheel for all the handholds, especially when you're turning fast, going off-road and everything. But I also think that there'll be a learning curve in whatever you're used to. Once you're used to it, you'll know how to control it and work with it.
Yeah, you really can't do like the one hand at the bottom like you sometimes do.
Right. Yeah, you have to be here. You can't do like one hand at the bottom. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just kind of fascinating, and they took the scroll wheel from the 3, the same type of idea, same design.
Mhm.
The dash, as you can tell, it's just clean, single screen, Model 3-ish, going on, right?
Yeah, and all that will keep the cost down, which is important to make it affordable for the masses. We want everybody to be able to own a Tesla or at least an electric vehicle.
Mhm.
So yeah, I like that. And I like that they're borrowing components because they have to from the other vehicles, from like the Model 3 or the Roadster wheel, to keep the cost down.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but the dash is paper, right?
Yeah, some sort of paper product. You know, they can make paper and mix it with different materials and harden it, and that could be like a paper concrete. It could be like really hard and feel like marble, but be made from paper.
And sustainable.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So it could be like really hard, like a marble top. It'll feel like marble, but it'll be made from paper.
To probably my favorite one, the Tesla user interface. So the user interface is interesting, and I'm going to make a prediction now. We're going to see this in version 11.
I hope so.
September, October of this coming year. So we're 9 months away. This user interface, and the reason why I say that is at the full self-driving event that they had, they showed off the new navigation, autopilot screens and stuff that we see today. And it took like 3 or 4 months before we got it. So this might be the next iteration of the Tesla software, the whole user interface.
Yep. I predict, let's say August.
Okay.
August
Or July. I'll say July. We'll have it by July.
So
that's my prediction.
It's really cool. There's a couple of things that you can pick up on here. So you'll see in this picture here, the music is on the rightish because there's navigation data, like directions that are on the left, top left. But in the next one, with the navigation stuff disappearing,
okay, so it adapts.
It adapts, yeah. I really like the speed in the top left. It's doesn't jump around. It's stable. It has like the preset numbers, like faded. Something else I noticed: the buildings. This one doesn't have it. Sorry, this one here, the buildings, they're 3D.
3D, yeah.
Right. I don't know. There's just something about this whole interface that seems so clean. Maybe it's just like a fresh new design.
It's also kind of monochrome too, excluding the album art at the bottom. That speed in the top left, like all the way up in the corner, because that screen's going to be slightly further away from you on the Cybertruck, I think, just with how much wider the vehicle is. Try to keep it kind of in the field of view as best they can.
And everything down the right side will be easy to reach and access instead of going down across the bottom of the screen, like we have now.
This begs the question. So our apps that are built in, like the web browser, the calendar, the rear view camera, anything that pops up in that small window, is kind of fixated within the small window. Whereas this, it feels like they'll have more room. Like I feel like anything can go full screen on this, right? The whole user interface is really fascinating to me. Definitely something I really look forward to. The Cybertruck obviously looks really nice. Missing out of this though, so we have the time in the top right. You have the temperature, and then I guess the number in between the temperature and the time is the range.
That's the range, yeah.
Yeah.
As I've seen
How
it.
about Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, internet connectivity?
It'd be interesting to see if they consolidated that all into the settings tab. On the right-hand side of that screen, there is that little white bar that looks like you could just swipe over on it.
That's right.
It could be hidden over there. It could be a little...
That could be.
This view doesn't have it, though.
Interesting.
This one does.
Yeah, interesting.
And I feel like this is... Well, no, they're in drive here, too, because they're going 19 miles per hour, and this one's 6. I'd love to be in this car just to, like, swipe that over real quick, you know?
Oh, for sure.
Right. Yeah.
You put that in front of me, I'm going to be pressing all those buttons. They're going to be like, no, sir. Like, we can't do that. No. Yep.
Yeah. The last one I want to cover is the cover.
The tonneau
And-
cover.
Right. And I heard that you can stand on that. I think it uses the same steel, and they're just like hinged, each individual strand, and it's very strong, so you can get there and stand on the tonneau cover.
Yeah, they said that on the website. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah. And there's a lot of things like we talked about earlier that they didn't cover in depth. And maybe that's part of the strategy, you know, get people talking about it. Like, well, he never said this. It gets people talking more and more about it. And it builds like more suspense about what's really going to happen with it. But I wish he would have covered more of the details at the event.
This is also a great view of that light bar.
But I definitely wish they kind of showed this off on stage, because I think this is really fascinating. I don't know why it's so amusing. Like, it just like folds in and down. I don't know.
It just disappears.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now,
It goes right behind that window.
he did say they're going to put like some sort of door or something there for an access through.
I don't know how they do that, because if you had something through there and you
He
press
said
the button
on
the screen,
Twitter,
it will cut straight into it.
he said on Twitter there'll be a way to do that somehow. I guess when the door is either all the way up, the tonneau cover's all the way up or all the way down, you'll be able to open up a door, because they talked about having access to the HVAC system, heating and cooling, to go into the back.
Yep. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to activate or actuate the cover, I should say.
Right. Not while that door's open. There'd be like a sensor,
Yeah, you'd have to have an interlock.
a safety thing or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the last one, you mentioned it, Nick, the light bar, and I know it's not like interior. We're going on the outside of the vehicle now, which we're breaking the video completely, but
Gosh,
sorry for the
cancel the whole
clickbait.
video. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry for the clickbait. This is the extent of clickbait on my channel, but I want to have full control over the color that the light bar displays.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be nice. Some nice RGB LEDs. Ooh.
Yeah, and if you can have it
Pretty
sync
much.
with music while you're parked, think about how much fun that could be.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
If they don't do it, mods are definitely happening, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I will gladly make that mod if I have to.
So that does it for the interior detail video. If there's anything we missed, leave a comment down below. Let us know. I mean, there's plenty of stuff we didn't cover and discuss. We'll do more of these if you guys are interested. Thumbs up the video. Do subscribe for more Tesla content. Any last words, Nick?
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And I'm looking forward to some more discussions. We talked about the interior. There's more to talk about. I'd love to talk about the exterior, and other parts. We'll have some more videos on this.
Ooh, let's do it.
All right, guys. Well, that's it. That's all. Do subscribe for the latest and greatest Tesla stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
All right, thanks. See ya.